Islamist fighters in Syria are believed to be holding a group of nuns hostage abducted from an Orthodox monastery near Damascus. They have reportedly been moved to the rebel-controlled town of Yabroud. The Pope has called for prayers for the kidnapped women amid demands from clerics and religious organizations to release them. Our Middle East correspondent Paula Slier is following the story.
12 nuns and 3 of their helpers belonging to the Orthodox Monastery in Malula are believed to have been moved to Yabroud. Now, according to Syrian opposition activists, this is for their own safety. However, we have heard from religious officials who said that the women were abducted by members of the Al-Nusra Front, which is affiliated to Al-Qaeda. Now, we're hearing from the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights that the fighters affiliated with Al-Nusra captured after several days of intensive fighting the old quarter of Malula, and several reports suggest and point to the fact that the fighters then entered this Orthodox monastery in the center of Malula. Well, the Pope is praying for the safety of the abducted nuns. At the same time, we at RT have been speaking with the International Christian Concern, who told us that they were very troubled by this incident and they were urging rebel groups to ensure the safety of these women. At the same time, they said that they put the responsibility on them to provide free communication with these women who have been abducted. Now, Muslim clerics have also condemned the abductions in the strongest possible terms.
We denounce their deeds and confirm that terrorism is a savage monster which wants to devour all religious and humanitarian values.
They came to kill and kidnap, kill Muslim imams and Christian priests and archbishops alike. They kidnap priests and priestesses. The events in Malula show a dangerous conspiracy which aims at putting an end to the role of the church in Syria, which they want to take back to the Stone Age, with continued sectarian fight all over the country.
I spent some time in the Christian quarter of Homs in Syria, where both the Syrian army that had recaptured the town as well as residents who are now returning spoke to me about what they feel is the targeting of the Christian communities inside Syria. And this is an issue that is of great concern to the international community.
And here's footage that allegedly shows another attack on a Christian monastery in Syria. Well, this is an Orthodox monastery north of Damascus. And you can see here that rebel fighters targeting the buildings, which then catch fire. Well, the opposition justified the attack, saying Assad troops were using the monastery as an artillery position. My colleague Kevin Owen spoke to Reverend Nadim Nassar, an Anglican priest in Syria, about the fate of Christians in the war-torn country.
Thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of Christians were displaced from their homes. And a lot of Christians were killed. We still have 2 bishops missing from Aleppo. We don't know anything about them. And now another attack on the Christian community in Syria. And the world is watching.
Reverend, is it because the Christians in Syria are being specifically targeted, or just that they're getting caught up in the wider conflict? What's the picture?
I think they are being used by both sides as a political card, because the regime wants also to show that they are protecting the minorities, especially the Christians, and now they are begging for the international community to interfere, to release the nuns, where the rebels, they are turning the blind eyes to the Al-Qaeda and the Islamists to target specifically Christians. There is a systematic attack on the Christian community in Syria, and hundreds of thousands of Christians were displaced.
For more on the Christians targeted by rebels in Syria, as well as other developments in the conflict, you can head to our website, rt.com.